Good morning, everybody. Ross Alan Skorzewski. Thank you for joining me this morning for Wednesday Morning Quick Hits with me. Hey, I just want to say thank you so much. This is the fourth episode of your Wednesday Morning Quick Hits. Last week we were live down in Kentucky. It was Lexington. We were having an event with Dr. Patrick Flynn, also with Mill Pond Integrative Health with Dr. Shannon, Dr. Justin, and Dr. Don Miller, and a great staff. And I came live to you from the Embassy Suites, and we talked about some wonderful things, humility and gratitude. But in all honesty, what I love about this is being able to interact with you for a few moments on a Wednesday morning. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your hi, Ross, from Iron Mountain or from wherever you are coming from. Here's one thing that I would love to ask of you. What is it that you would like to see? What is a topic that you would like addressed? If you have a topic that you would love to see addressed, or there's something that you are maybe struggling with yourself, comment, even private message us, and we will address it. I will leave names out of it. I will do whatever it is, but give us some feedback. Let us know what you're looking for. I'm excited for today because what I'm going to talk to you about really sets the stage once again for us to succeed with the world around us every day. What we do here at The Wellness Way, what you do at your home, what you do at your place of business, personally or even professionally, you succeed because you're intentional. It just doesn't happen by chance. If it does happen by chance, it's a fluke. Maybe it's because you've gotten really good at just learning how to play the system, to play the game, while the world just takes from you without you ever really truly stealing those moments to invest in yourself. I'm a little jacked up this morning. I slept absolutely amazing, but I had some very crazy dreams last night, and actually it influenced my ability to really sleep soundly. One of the dreams, my father-in-law is a pilot, or used to be. He's also a wonderful marriage enrichment speaker, and we were flying to an event. It's crazy because we have an event coming up in Atlanta. Why am I even going there? Because it is all about this morning's quick hit. So we're flying, and he looks over and he's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just fly the plane back and pick me up after your event? I don't even know how to fly a plane. So it's a very stressful situation in my dream. We get to the event. I set up. We're going live to do a Wednesday morning quick hit, and the whole team starts setting up around me. It's loud. It's crazy. We've got great information. We're live, and everything just went wrong. And I'm like, is this foretelling how this morning's show is going to go? And I said, absolutely not. We're going to crush this. We're going to have an amazing time together, and that's what we're going to do. So thank you for joining. I want to take a quick peek here and just see who's on this morning and joining in. What's up, Ross? Dr. Jeremy Shingen, good to see you this morning. Look at that. Pauline Erteltham, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning from Marshfield. My own hometown. My hometown. My hometown. Right? A little Bruce Springsteen? Why not? Look at that. We've got Mary Kay. Good to see you this morning. Sarah Ray Frist. How's it going this morning? All right, cool. You know what I like to do? I take a couple words and I invest in those words, bring a little clarity. I put a little bit of a Ross twist on it, and hopefully set the stage for you this Wednesday, your hump day, to get through either today or the rest of the week. We put out the caption on the Facebook reminder that says, what you gotta give. And that's kind of a Rossism, what you got to give. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are joining me, those who watch later, what is it that you have to give the world around you is the first question, okay? You just saw the phrase, what you got to give. I've got a question. What is it that you truly have to give versus the statement of what you really need to give or what you got to give? Because every day, every single one of us, we wake up, and if you're like me, you grab one of these and you fill it with a little bit of liquid courage, called coffee, by the way. Just want to let you know, okay? Maybe some of you out there put a little something else in it, but So anyways, we grab one of these because the morning for some of you is already hectic. It's already chaotic. It's already spinning out of control with thoughts and with activities, the kids, lunches, getting off to school, what to wear. That's my issue a lot of times. But we grab this. We've got our morning routines. We come, we go to our place of business. We go to wherever it is that the world starts to pull from us. And the question I have is, what have you done to invest in yourself to set this day up to succeed? That is the real question. Why are we doing these Wednesday morning quick hits? to give you a little bit of an opportunity to be motivated to take a different perspective for your day, for yourself, and for the world around you. What you gotta give, exclamation point. Or really the question, like I said, what is it that you have to give? And here's what I started to think about. Even last week when I went live from Kentucky, I stopped for a moment and I said, you know what? I said selfish, right? And I know a lot of times when we hear that word selfish, we automatically go to the negative in our mindset as to what selfish is, because we know what it's like to be around individuals who are selfish by nature. These individuals who are constantly thinking about themselves, constantly taking from the world around them without reciprocating. And a lot of what we've talked about, even in the last 3 weeks, setting the stage for today and to continue to move forward, is really how to learn how to do the dance with what sets us up to succeed with the world around us without expecting anything in return from them. You see, to me, that's really the big, hang up, is that we do a lot of personal development. We invest in ourselves, or we invest in others, or we respect ourselves, or we respect others, hoping, yes, like we said, the golden rule, that the world automatically in return does the same to us. The problem is that if you are going to hang your hat on that response, that reciprocation of those awesome qualities that you're giving the world, if you're hanging your hat just going, where is it, I need this, you're going to be really disappointed. If anything, we should really, I'm all about perspective. I'm all about truths, absolutely. I'm all about investing in ourselves, one of the key words for this morning. I'm all about that. But if your investment in yourself is all in the hopes that the world comes and breathes life into you and validates you, you're going to be disappointed. None of us should have to walk around every single day looking for constant validation. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm guilty of that myself. I really am. One of the greatest things about my character, about my persona, my ability to go around and do life and win with others is to try to make people smile. It's try to make them laugh. It's try to inspire them. And for me, the validation of that is the reciprocation of a smile or laughter or a thank you. It's that thrives on encouragement. It's that verbal affirmation that I would get in return. And one of the biggest hangups that I've had to overcome over the years is learning how to just give the world those awesome qualities and then train my brain to understand that when it finally does, or even if it doesn't reciprocate, I'm good. See, when you don't get it in return, you become deflated. And you're constantly giving, and you're giving, and you're giving, and all of a sudden, that well that's within inside of you, that establishes your character, that establishes your ability to be you, the best representation of you. You'll hear a lot of these words being constantly woven in and out of our quick hits. The idea that you give and give and give. If you're not investing in yourself, what is it that you're really giving the world around you? You're giving them nothing but a depleted essence of who you are. Investment. Let's start off with that word. I want to just spend a little time talking about the investment. See, when we talk about investing, a lot of us, our mind goes right to financial means, financial matters and all that other stuff. And it makes sense. Obviously, if you invest, you put your hard-earned money and your resources into something in the hopes that it returns on a beneficial level. I'm sure some of you have invested and lost everything, and that's a drag. I'm sure some of you have invested and you've had great returns, but that makes sense, right? But when we start talking about investment on a personal level for personal development and growth, that all of a sudden goes to the bottom of the list. Why? Because we're busy people. We live in a busy world and a busy society. And they're constantly at a place where we just give, and the world takes. But what is it that you've got to give versus what you got to give? Let's start with it. Invest. Here we go. Magic marker. Blues Clues. Invest. But here's the question. As we go out and we do life, my question is this. I think of these terms, it's twofold, okay? Number one, or A, Exhibit A, you have a personal investment that you have to make into yourself, which is primary, which is crucial because, like I said, without it, you give a diminished response to the world around you. And I want to give my best. I want to be able to give the world around me everything that it needs for the moment that I might find myself. And that's why the preparation needs to happen in advance. It's bigger than a cup of coffee to set the stage for your success, okay? Number two, or B, as we should say, B is the other side that I see with these words, is that it's also for others. Investing in others. As I kick that thing, lovely. Let's go to our trusty phones, shall we, this morning? Social media, love it. Here we go. Invest. Expend money with the expectation of achieving a profit or material result by putting it into a financial scheme, shares, or property, right? In the hopes that you get a wonderful return, right? Provide or endow someone with something or a particular quality or attribute. I love that. To provide somebody with a particular quality or attribute, right? To imbue, to infuse, to charge, to steep, to go out and to take us, the essence of who we are, and charge the environment in which we do life every day. But the investment has to start with you first. The investment has to begin with you. It's personal development, it's quiet time. It's maybe even devotion. It's reflection. It's going inward. It's looking at the areas and taking the time in your own life to sense where you're potentially out of balance and bringing in corrective measures, corrective mindsets. If you remember from episode 1, we talked about mindset and how crucial that really is to begin to take on every day, because you're either approaching it with oh my gosh, it's Wednesday. I've got 2 more days, or you're approaching it, it's Wednesday. It's going to be an amazing day. I've got 2 more days to do life with the people that I lock shoulders with every day at work, and it's going to be a great day. Setting up the stage for you to go out and succeed. Mindset, but to invest in yourself first. Invest and believe and trust in those amazing qualities that you have and that you've been given to benefit yourself, your spouse, your loved ones, your family, your friends, and even that professional environment that you find yourself working in every day. Once you invest in yourself on a personal level, this is what I'm talking about. When you establish that investment here, if you understand the financial component, you know that if you do not deposit money into your checking account and you go out to buy, whether it's groceries, batteries, I don't know, whatever it is, hygiene products, if you have nothing in the bank, what's going to happen? You're going to get an NSF charge. There's going to be a penalty for not having anything in the bank. And you're going to have to pay that price to make up for not having anything there in the first place. That's why you must invest in yourself on a personal level first, so that when the day begins and it happens, from the moment you pull your head off of your pillow, you're ready, you're invested, you've got enough inside of your own bank, I like to say your own personal well, that you can draw down into and begin to give the world what it is that it needs from you. Well, what if you've got nothing invested in it? Then you're giving muddy water. You're giving miscommunication. You're giving irritation. You're giving frustration, emotion. But if the investment was there, you would be giving wonderful representations of those great characteristics that make you who you are. And then by nature, right, at that point in time, when you've done a healthy investment in yourself, which needs to be on a constant basis, it's not just one day a week. It's not just once every other 2 weeks. It's intentional. If you struggle with doing this stuff every day, then set kind of an intentional priority for yourself. If you can't do 7 days a week, then make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do 5. If you do 5, you're probably really going to do 3. Don't set right now that kind of intentional priority for yourself that says, you know what, you're right, I'm going to do this twice a week. I'm going to make this intentional. I'm going to do it on Monday, and I'm also going to do it on Wednesday. That'll give me time to take care of Tuesday and then Thursday, because Friday, we're living for the weekend. You can't do that. Because if you think about that one investment or two, you're probably going to do one. Set a very healthy, intentional approach to investing into yourself. Because when you are solid in that investment, when it comes time to investing in others, when you draw from that well that's within, you'll be sufficient. You'll have enough to give, and you won't feel depleted. See, part of this investment is not just to set up your day to go out and succeed with just the world around you. It's meant to carry you from the moment you pick your head up off of that pillow to the moment that you put your head on that pillow at night and go to a place of deep sleep and sweet dreams to get ready for another day. Because if all you do is really charge yourself with a massive intentional approach to investing in personal growth and development just to make it through the day, a lot of you come home and then what you've got to give either yourself or maybe your hobbies or your family and your kids, you're just giving them the crumbs of your day. And your well is dry. And then once again, that's why a lot of times people succeed on the work site, but then they go home and they fail because they haven't been intentional about the full investment to carry them throughout the whole day. Let us be intentional on this investment, personal, to carry us through the day so that we can be exactly what I think I want to be. I want to be a breath of fresh air. I want to be a cleansing drink of water, if you will, that if someone needs something and they're thirsty, that they can come to me, realize this is just an analogy, but if they need, that I can give them exactly what they want, what's appropriate for that time, from the morning I wake to the morning I sleep. Perfect case scenario, though, is that it would happen every day perfectly, and it's me, it's Ross. It doesn't always happen that way, and you know that it's not the perfect scenario every day, but yet your intentionality and being consistent with the investment into yourself, being a little selfish, which is okay, in a positive way when the world reaps the benefits of what you're doing. See, when selfishness goes awry and it becomes negative and it's all about you and your narcissistic approach where all you're doing is taking your portion of the day, you're taking from everybody else and you're not investing back in them, that's selfish. If all you do is talk about you and your goals and your aspirations, that's selfish. If it's not bringing about a positive trajectory that other people get to come into and share with you and get excited with you and be motivated by you, then I challenge that concept of selfishness. Then I say, yes, you're being selfish. Stop it. But if you're being selfish so that you can spill over out of that overflow on the inside of you to make the world a better place, then I say, be selfish more often, okay? Investment. First for yourself, so that it does spill over and become the benefit for others. That's what you gotta give. That's what you gotta give, is the best part of you, but it starts with an investment in yourself. The second word that I want to talk to you about is another word that I love, but it's also a word that challenges every single one of us because it's something that we want, but it's not always something that we want to give. And let's sing, shall we? R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah, come on, sing with me this morning. It's a beautiful morning to be singing. Maybe you are a shower singer. I don't know. I'm singing in the studio. Respect. Spelling Ross. A. B. Respect. You want it. I know you do. I want respect. But remember this, first and foremost, respect, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, and or achievements. The state of being admired or respected, due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, and traditions of others. But let's stop for a moment here. Respect. Remember what I'm saying today. The question really that I have is, what you gotta give? Question mark. What is it that you got on the inside of you? Is it out of an overflow? Is it out of an abundance? Or is it out of a depleted state and a dry well? Or possibly getting to the statement, this is what you got to give. Number one, respect. How's your respect for yourself? That's a great question. I like that question because, to be honest with you, I can tell you that a lot of times when I wake up in the morning, my own thoughts about myself have nothing really to do with respect, with value, and even belief in the qualities and the mindsets and the skill sets that I've been given. And that's truth. That's truth. Sometimes I wake up and the worst thoughts about me and my value are coursing through my brain. Thus, the mindset has to change, my perspective. I've got to give myself, as Zig Ziglar would say, a checkup from the neck up and get things right so that I can go out and begin to give, once again, what it is that the world truly needs. And they do need respect, but it starts with me first. One of the things that I love here at the Wellness Way, when we challenge all of our staff and all of our offices all across the country, Dr. Patrick Flynn has set into motion 3 questions that permeate almost everything that we do. We can ask almost all the doctors, almost, there should be all of them, right? And it's getting there. We can ask them, what are the 3 questions? In our trainings, what Dr. Patrick Flynn has put out there, and they're huge. Number 1, what are you doing to grow yourself? Number 2, did I say number 2 just now? I said number 1. Okay, thank you. Foggy brain, not enough coffee yet. Number 1, what are you doing to grow yourself? Number 2, what are you doing to grow your family? And number 3, what are you doing to grow and develop the others around you? It's a great way for us to begin to approach the day because, number 1, it puts you right in the crosshairs. It doesn't say, what can you do to grow others around you? What can you do to instill respect in others around you first, and then your family, and you last? See, that's the problem. Most of us, when we look at our approach to doing life, being motivated, personal development, we have the list upside down. We think that we should give to the world first, like I said, in the hopes that they reciprocate to us last. That's fundamentally flawed because once again, you're looking for the response. You're looking for that validation to be the one thing that gives you the high five in life that lets you know you're winning and you're succeeding. When in first, you should have yourself taken care of. You should have your belief system solid. You should have your outlook upon yourself, your self-esteem, your confidence, potentially getting to that place where the roots grow deep and you can sustain a world that is selfish and not willing to reciprocate, but you give and you give, and you know that out of that well you give, as we would say in the church, rivers of life. Because that's what happens. When we invest in ourselves and we bring the best of ourselves to the world around us and we give freely, and we become, in that moment, like I said, not a doormat. We don't succumb to violating the moral compass that is on the inside of us and the things that make us who we are and upright citizens. No, but we give the world exactly what they need to bring life. We benefit, whether they reciprocate or not. But respect, you've got to start with instilling into yourself a deep sense of admiration for your abilities, your qualities, and your achievements. You got to believe in that what you're doing every day and what you're bringing to the table is really making a difference. You must respect yourself first. Yes, the world does demand respect. Yes, the workplace does have components of respect that you have to give. Your relationships have components of respect that you have to give. But the question is, though, how are you giving that respect? Is it out of irritation? Is it out of the fact, well, he's my boss, so I better give respect. But in the back of your mind, you're going, he's an absolute moron, which means that you really don't have respect for that individual. Is it your husband? Is it your spouse? Is it your kids? Is it your in-laws, your mother, your father, whomever that might be? If you're approaching giving respect to the world around you, but at the same time in the back of your head going, they're idiots. I really don't respect these people. I don't want to follow them. I don't believe in them. Then that is an automatic indicator that you haven't done this. An intentional deposit, an intentional investment of placing respect and value on yourself first. Because if that's how we approach to thinking that, well, I just better give this, because if I don't, my job's on the line. Well, I better give this because if not, my night's going to go miserable and it's going to be just absolute chaos at home. I've got to give this. No, how about this? You change your perspective, you change your wording, and you say, I get to give this. When you get to a place where you challenge your mindset and you start to see the value in that personal investment first, when it comes to giving respect for yourself, you'll understand that once again, out of the overflow of your well being full, you will begin to see that the world will truly, in return, give you the respect that you're looking for. Nobody wants to give respect to somebody that is only doing it on a surface level. Nobody wants to give respect to somebody that knows that the only reason why they're getting it is just to play the system. But yet in the back, they really know that person has no value, no concept of what respect really is. It's a healthy perspective to have when you start to invest in this concept of respect for yourself, the value of who you are, your confidence, your self-esteem, your skill sets, your abilities, and that you matter and that what you bring to the world matters. Because then once again, like I said, what is it that you've got to give? Question mark. Versus what you got to give. Because when you give yourself respect first, by the time you've really made a successful investment and it comes now for the world to make a withdrawal on you, it's going to do what? It's going to benefit others around you. The whole goal for all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is really to get to a place where people sense authenticity, they sense genuine motive, and at the end of the day, this is what gets us far. This is what gets us places. This is what gets us promotion. This is what gets us the ability to thrive in relationships. That's why we do this. That's why we do what we do with personal development and growth. Today, I actually went over 20 minutes. I think I'm at about 27. Someone's like, well, can you possibly maybe do 30? And I think I'm approaching 30. So I'm going to end it there. I know some of you have even asked, can we do more shows? Can we do it a little bit more throughout the week? We're working our way towards that. I want to be intentional with Wednesday so that I can give you the best of what I have for this 20 to 30 minutes every Wednesday morning. We'll see where the road takes us, but remember this. Today, what is Wednesday for you? Are you already looking for Friday? Because you're doing every day right now out of a depleted well? There's not that investment there for you to give the best of yourself to the world around you? What is it that you've got to give? Or can we change our perspective a little bit and say, this is what I've got to give. This is what you got to give the world around you, but it starts with you first. And it can start by saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to join Ross next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time for a little Wednesday morning quick hit with Ross Allen Skorzewski. Please comment, like, even have friends watch us. You know, this is something that we all need. I need it every day. I'm preaching to the choir here. I think when we talk about personal growth and development and a lot of these amazing qualities and characteristics, we do really well at them some days, and we go to the land of suck in some other days because the world happens around us. But let us be intentional. Let us invest in ourselves first so that the byproduct will benefit, and out of the overflow, others will thrive when they do life with us. Let us be intentional with respecting ourselves, our skill sets, our qualities, what makes us amazing. Give it to ourselves first so that when we go out and do life with the world around us, from the moment we wake to the moment we go to bed, others will truly receive from us the respect that we intend to give because we get to, not because we have to. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.